Hi, this is Sarah from Aligned with Sarah. Today I'm going to do a video about to add to the vocabulary basics series that I have. This is October, and the October Let's Talk Tuesday is geared towards the value of showing up. Um, and I wanted to do a vocab video about exactly what it means to show up. So saying that, I mean, the first things in our mind might be, am I supposed to be 15 minutes early? How many appointments do I need? This. But that's not exactly what I'm talking about. So this video series is an effort to try to explain the thinking that's going into and the meaning behind the words that I'm using, to put that out there so it might create a new meaning in your own experience, and then it can help us be on the same page to get more out of the videos that I put out there, and also the coaching and the work that I do and the workshops and everything. Um, so in my situation, when I'm talking about showing up, of course we want to show up for our dentist appointment on time, and we want to show up for work on time. But when I talk about showing up, in a way, I'm talking about those things as well. My primary focus is the focus on showing up for you. So when we do show up for that dentist appointment or that list that I just ran through of showing up for work or showing up for our exercise practice or just showing up for our day, getting out of bed, how are we doing that? How are we showing up? What attitude do we have? What belief systems are already in place when we arrive? Um, and so to further kind of explore that whole concept of showing up, um, I want to talk about how you are showing up and put the spotlight on um, areas that are important, and why they're important. So, showing up in a place where we have the right attitude, what we're bringing into the experience, and the physically actually just showing up. So, I'm going to put a link in this video at the end of the video for the Let's Talk Tuesday, because that's going to explore some hurdles that might show up to keep us from actually showing up, things that go on in our mind, and then some tips that I have found, 4 tips that I have found to push myself into a place to set myself up for success. So there's a lot that goes on in that video, and there's a lot of great information. So I hope that you can check that out. So building into that, showing up for ourselves, showing up for bettering ourselves, showing up for our wellness. What are we eating? What are we drinking? How are we exercising? How are we resting? How are we spiritually connected to something? These are things of how we're showing up. Those are examples of how we're showing up for ourselves. And I think sometimes there's a little bit of resistance or um, defensiveness that might come up. We'll say, where we could just like have this automatic response of like, I know I don't drink enough water, and I've always been fine in this and that. But that's not really true. And when we show up in ourselves, if we have an automatic response of, well, I know I don't do that, or I think I do it enough, and kind of like passing over it, there is a value in shining some light on that and finding the truth of the information, because we are reacting instead of responding, and responding comes from a different place. So, one of the expressions I love to use when I talk about showing up for yourself is what we hear about when we get into the airplane and we're like, learning about, go over here for the emergency exit. The oxygen masks might come down. Put your oxygen mask on first. That is this incredible rule for life. Put your oxygen mask on first, because that means you're showing up for yourself. When you have your oxygen mask on, you can help an endless amount of people that you can reach or do whatever. when you're getting your oxygen, when you're serving yourself, when you're getting what you need first. If you're not, you're in this depleted state. And a lot of times we put that out there that, other people's success, happiness, well-being is tethered into ours. So if they're doing better, I'm going to be doing better. And it's actually completely backwards. If we're doing better, we're able to help others in a better way. We're able to show up for them because we have showed up for ourselves. So putting our oxygen mask on first helps create our best self, helps create ourself showing up with our most integrity, our growth when it comes from within. It's much stronger, much healthier than having growth on the outside and having this like hollow state on the inside. So making sure this growth is coming from the right place. And so showing up for yourself, I've given a couple examples and I will go back to them. Making sure you get enough sleep, making sure you're waking up at the right time, making sure you're drinking a glass of water to start your day, making sure that you have time in your day for you, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 3 hours, whatever, but making sure it's productive and making sure it's nourishing yourself, nourishing you for you. Making sure you have time for those things. Exercise is another example. Having community, having connection to friends is another example. Real, genuine connection to friends. Talking on the phone, talking in person, having an activity together, going for a walk together, having kids together. So kids can have kid connection time, parents can have parent connection time, or however it works out. But the real deal, not scrolling through Facebook or Instagram, not exactly shooting a text message and then, connecting that way. Those are tethers, but that's not true connection. It's not true nourishment. It's not the true experience of being engaged with somebody. And when those things are happening, all those examples, and there's a ton more, but making sure that there's time for you, showing up for you. Anyone should be able to look at the timestamps of your day and say, Sarah showed up for her. This must be important. Sarah did this for her. You did this for you. Because at the end of the day, one of my other super favorite things to say is that only you can heal you. If I want bigger biceps, I could do, I can pay 1 billion people $1 billion each, and no one is going to make my biceps bigger, stronger, more efficient unless I do the work. I could spread it all out there, hand over all kinds of things, but at the end of the day, it's up to me. My healing is up to me. My nourishment is up to me. So this is a big video about the vocabulary word showing up, because showing up is such a big deal. And you'll see in that video with the Let's Talk Tuesday that it is my firm belief that if we show up and we have the right mindset, that's 99% of the battle of getting to your goal, of growing, of becoming something that you want to be. It's 99% of the goal, showing up and having the right mindset. So it is a big video. It's a big concept. I'm so glad that you're here. I hope that you learned something inspiring. I hope that you learned something new. Let me know in the comments, and please remember to like and subscribe to this channel. I put videos up regularly. I do a live stream at least once a month, the first Tuesday at 7. And you can check out that replay here at the end of the video. There's a link that will show up. Thanks so much for being here. I wish you all the best, and I hope to talk to you again soon.